It's been 5 years now since the devastating flooding hit Middle Tennessee, when more than 17 inches of rain fell on the state. One point during the storms, more than 13 inches of rain fell in a 36-hour period, causing the Cumberland River to swell to almost 52 feet. That was 12 feet higher than flood stage. The 2010 flood transformed the Delray Drive neighborhood in West Nashville. 2 people died in that area that day, and dozens of homes were torn down after the flood.
I mean, I don't know if they got a good deal out of them or not, but it was nice for the neighborhood. We've got a nice park for the kids to come and play in, a nice park for us to walk in, and it's a beautiful place.
England Park was named after the longtime Delray residents who died on May 2nd. Some say more needs to be done to avoid future flooding disasters. Building rain gardens is one way, some say, to manage floodwaters.
Optimizing the landscape's ability to soak the water up rather than to run it off.
Don Galbraith says new building standards are the best way to move towards these greener practices. Curators and archivists spent more than a year documenting the historic Nashville flood, and to mark the 5th anniversary, the Nashville Public Library used images and sounds from the disaster that changed the city to create a special collection. Nashville Rising, a collection of oral histories from victims, volunteers, and others who lived through it, was presented at the main library yesterday. We've also posted a gallery of photos from the flood on our website. We also want to hear how the flood impacted you. Just go to our Facebook page or our website to join in on the conversation. And there is now a plan in place to keep Music City dry if another flood hits the area. Here's a rendering of the proposed 2,000-foot flood wall that would be built near the downtown riverfront and would cost the city about $100 million. Mayor Dean unveiled the plans earlier this year. The majority of the wall would be removable and could be assembled in an emergency. If all goes as planned, construction is scheduled to begin at the end of the summer and will take about 3 years to complete. In other news, one man is in critical condition after a drug deal that went wrong in North Nashville. Metro Police say 62-year-old Cecil Grisette was shot 5 times during an argument over drugs. Happened near Buchanan Street and 16th Avenue on Thursday night. Grisette is expected to survive. Police are still looking for the gunman. And Metro Police are still looking for the person who shot and killed an 18-year-old in Antioch early yesterday morning. Officers were called to the Beechwood Terrace Apartments off Bell Road yesterday around 12:30 a.m. That's where they found 18-year-old Elijah Butler on the ground after being shot multiple times. If you have any information about the shooting, be sure to call Metro Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME. It has been 12 years since the Mount Pleasant man disappeared, and now new leads are giving his family some hope of closure. The Columbia Daily Herald reports police have a new lead in the disappearance of Charles Monroe Sharp. He was last seen on Goodloe Street in Mount Pleasant in 2002. Police took another look at the case in February and now say it could be possible that Sharp was killed and his body dumped in a well. A detective told the Herald 2 wells have already been dug up and 2 more will be excavated soon. An accident shut down part of I65 north of town yesterday after an SUV was trapped standing straight up in the air, sandwiched between 2 big rigs. Sky 5 flew over the scene around noon near Briley Parkway and I65. The wreck involved at least 3 vehicles. The SUV appeared to be standing straight up on its front side. A woman accused of causing a fatal accident in Germantown will be arraigned next week. Stephanie Ferguson will be in court Wednesday to be formally charged with killing 2 men in the wreck. It happened at Jefferson Street and 3rd Avenue North back on January 22nd. Police say Ferguson was still on probation when she crashed a pickup into a Cadillac and 2 other vehicles. Willie Nichols and Aaron Hall were both killed. 6 others were hurt. The Big Arts and Crafts Festival, known as the premier event to showcase crafts and art from across Tennessee, is back in Nashville this weekend. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres is out at Centennial Park for this year's Tennessee Craft Fair, and I would imagine the artists and vendors will be showing up if they haven't already.
Yeah, we have several people already showing up, including craftsman. With me is Randy McCurdy, first live interview. He's coming here from Bell Buckle.
Outside of Bell Buckle, a little farm outside of Bell Buckle.
And you've been coming here for 30 years.
Yeah, 31 years, actually, done the show for 31 years.
Why come each year?
Oh, this is a great show. I mean, there's about 200 artists here and craftsmen, and the quality of the work is excellent. And the people that come here really appreciate our work, and it's just a great show.
I love how you say quality of work. Take a look at what he has here. Let me ask you, what is this all about? Because this is beautiful.
Well, what I do, really, I'm a gardener by profession. That's how I got into this. And all the plant material I use in my glasswork grows on my farm or my greenhouse, and it's all dried, preserved, and then with tweezers layered into the glasswork. So it's like making a stained glass window, except the plant material's woven in between the panels of glass.
Well, despite being a gardener, you can definitely tell you're an artist, because even the intricate details, your reasoning behind it is also nice. You said it's just to give an idea that, hey, you're kind of, a small plant is even just as beautiful.
Oh, right. The reason I ended up becoming a craftsperson and doing this is because I wanted to get people to look at the intricate plants in the garden, things that no one really notices as they walk through the garden, as they look at the roses and the orchids, the larger plants. They don't see the little things, and this is what got me started doing. Actually, I lived in Hawaii originally, and I started doing the craft in the islands, and then came to Tennessee and bought some land down near Bell Buckle, and that's where the farm is and where I grow everything. But everything is raised and layered into the glass with tweezers.
Again, that is an artist, despite you being a gardener. So if you want to check out his work, again, it's today from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m., and the fair will continue tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. For now, we are reporting live at Centennial Park. I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5 HD.